Alright guys, today I'm out in a field here, as you can see. I'm going to do some field work. So field work is basically where you go out in a field and you throw your disc on different lines like hyzer, flat, or anhyzer, and you see how they fly. So I'm out here today to test out my disc and see what they'll do. It's a little bit windy today, but I'm going to practice a little bit today. Alright, starting off here, I'm going to throw a putter. So that one, as you can see, it flipped up and just rode that hyzer the whole way. Now I'm going to throw a Luna. I'm going to throw this one on hyzer also. Just rides that hyzer the whole way. I'm going to throw this one out on hyzer a little bit wider. That was perfect. I just threw it out wide and just had it crash down right in front of me. Alright, for this one I'm going to throw just on that hyzer line, have it flip up a little bit and just carry. That was perfect. It just flipped up and just went. Alrighty, I'm going to throw a pig. I'm going to throw this one. I'm just going to throw it out flat. I'm going to try to get, so these are more overstable, so I can just throw these flat and I'll just have them finish. So I'll throw these flat. As you can see there, it just went straight out and just hyzered out since it's overstable. I'll throw this one flat also. That one came out on a little bit of hyzer. This one I'm going to throw an anhyzer though. That was exactly what I wanted it to do. Just went straight and then just hit the ground and skipped a little bit. Alright, moving on to the mid-ranges. I'm going to throw this one flat. That hit the back fence back there. So I just threw that one flat and it just hyzered out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to throw this one a little bit of anhyzer. A bunch of anhyzer. That's back at the fence, just landed flat. That one flew pretty good. It just went out straight and then just had a hyzer at the end. Okay, for these are the fairway drivers. I'm gonna throw these ones probably flat, maybe a little bit hyzer. So for that shot, I needed to throw that with a little bit more hyzer. That just kind of turned over and cut it into the ground. So I'm going to throw this one with a little bit more hyzer. That's back at the fence. All right, moving on. I'm going to throw some Undertakers. These two should be fairly flippy. This one I'll probably throw flat. starting out here, gonna throw this one. That was perfect. For that range, you really want to use a disc like the Undertaker because it just, you can hyzer flip it a little bit and it'll just go out and land exactly where you want it to. Okay, I'm throwing a titanium 5-claw one. So that one I threw with a tad bit too much hyzer. Okay. So that one had the consistent hyzer on it, because that one is fairly new, so that just hyzered out. So moving on, I'm gonna throw some vultures. I'm gonna throw this one with a tad bit of hyzer. That just skipped right up to the fence. That's at the end of the field. This one, I'm just gonna throw this flat. That came out on a little bit of a hyzer, but that was okay. I'm gonna throw this on hyzer, just let it flip up. That was pretty good. It just flipped up and just rode. There we go. That was perfect. Straight out of it. That was exactly what I wanted it to do. Just threw it on the anhyzer, it held, and then faded it out at the end. All right, so I got all my discs. Now I can throw them different ways this time. Okay, for this one, I think I'm just gonna throw it on hyzer and just hope it flips up and just goes. Maybe a little bit of a turnover. That was perfect. That was beautiful. It just flipped up and it just rode, just dead straight. Landed it dead straight. This one I'm gonna throw on a tad bit of hyzer. You know what? I'm gonna throw it flat. See what it does, just throwing it flat. So that Luna, if you throw it flat, it'll just turn over a little bit. But if you throw it hyzer, it'll flip up and go a little bit straighter. So I'm gonna throw this one on a little bit of hyzer. That went exactly where it needed it to go. I'm throwing the more overstable disc now so I can throw these on anhyzer and it'll just kind of hold and then turn over and then hyzer out. So let's see what these will do. Yeah, that was a full flex. Just kind of held it all the way. Landed pretty straight. Let's put a little bit more anhyzer on this one. That was really good. So this one, I'm gonna throw this actually pretty high with a lot of anhyzer. It'll come down and just land flat. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, that worked pretty good. It landed to the right a little bit, kind of just turned over. Worked pretty good. Throwing my mid-ranges now. I'm gonna throw this one flat. Just gonna throw it flat with enough height and just let it go straight with maybe a little bit of fade. Might turn over a little bit and then fade back at the end. So it didn't really turn over at all, but it did hold really straight with a little bit of a fade at the end. If I throw a little bit higher, that would work a lot better. So I'm gonna throw this flat high. Well, actually I'll throw this on a little bit of anhyzer. It just faded out at the end. So last time I threw this a little too flat and a little bit too low. So this time I'm going to throw it a little bit higher with some hyzer and just let it flip up. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. That went over the fence into the woods. That's going to be a little tricky to find. I'm going to throw this one the same exact way. Hyzer, a little bit of height. Yeah, that's back at the fence. Okay, moving on to the Undertakers. Undertaker, fairway driver. I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw them a little bit flatter than last time, not quite as much hyzer. Last time they all hyzered out really hard. So I'm gonna throw it with a little bit of hyzer, let them flip up. Yeah, that worked good. I threw it a little bit too high. I'm gonna throw this one. I'm gonna throw this one a tad bit of hyzer, let it flip up. Oh my. That just sailed. That was amazing. Okay, anhyzer on this one. Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's hit that back fence back there. Moving on, I'm gonna throw a roller with this. Just gonna put it on anhyzer, turn it into a roller. Yeah, that was good. Moving on to my last disc, I'm gonna throw the drivers. I'm just gonna throw these. I'm just gonna throw flexes with these. I'll just throw them on anhyzer and just kind of let them flex out. That one went way over the fence. That's gone. Let's try it again. I'll throw this one just flat, pretty low to the ground. There we go, that's what I wanted. That hit the back fence. That probably would have went like 300 something, I don't know. So, I'm gonna compare I'm gonna compare the Roach to the Lunas. The Lunas are usually more overstable compared to the Roaches, but let's see how they fly. Starting off with the Roach, when I throw this one, I'll just throw all of them flat so you can see how they fly. Starting off with this Jawbreaker Roach, it's a little bit flippy. Goes very straight with a little turnover. So this other Brody Roach, this one, I'm just gonna throw this flat also. It's got a little bit of a hyzer. It'll go very straight and it'll hyzer slightly. As it's coming down close to the ground, it'll slightly hyzer. Now throw in the Discraft Special Blend Paul McBeth Luna. Just gonna throw it flat. Also very straight. I do think the Lunas are more stable than the Roaches though. So if you find the Luna to be a little bit too stable for you, just throw the Roaches. Just throw in the Tour Series Luna. So that one actually turned over because that's pretty beaten in. So that one's pretty understable. This other one's newer though, so it's a little bit stabler. I'll just throw it flat again. And that's got the hyzer. So usually for Tour Series Lunas, they'll usually be pretty overstable. All right, so I'm gonna compare the Pig against the Zone. The Pig is a little bit straighter than the Zone. So if you want those straighter shots that still have the fade, you're gonna want to throw the Pig. But if you have those pretty overstable shots that you want to really fade out, you want to throw the Zone. Starting off, I'm just gonna throw them all flat. It's got that consistent fade to it. I'll throw it up a little bit higher on this one. There you go. So it just wants to fade. Those ones, you throw it flat, it just wants to fade. All right, I'm gonna throw the Undertakers. So I have this one Undertaker. What weight is this? I think this Undertaker is like a 164 Z-line plastic. I really like how it flies. It is pretty flippy though. And then I have a Paige Pierce First Run Black Undertaker. This one is max weight. Never mind, it's not max weight. This one's a 172 gram Undertaker. This one's pretty stable and it's really pretty. Last one, I've got this one. I think this one is like a 170. This one's pretty flippy. This one's beaten in pretty good. So I'll compare these and show you how they all fly differently. So these two fly pretty similar. This one's the flippiest though. Starting off, I'm gonna throw this one. I'm gonna throw them all flat to see how they all react to each other. I threw that one a little bit too nose up, so it's hyzered out at the end instead of turning over. So I'll throw this a little bit lower. That's exactly how you want to throw an Undertaker there. I just threw it flat, it slightly turned over, and then it's starting to fade at the end. That was perfect. And then for this last one, this one's really stable. Just gonna throw it flat. That's just got so much fade to it. Nice shot though. You know what? I'm gonna throw the disc upside down, like straight up and down, and just have it like pan. Just a nice fade to the Zeus. Oh, okay. So for this challenge, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to land everything dead straight. So straight line down this way. I'm gonna try landing it in that line. So let's see what we can do. Yep, that's pretty dead straight. Just gonna throw this on flat. That's pretty straight. I'm gonna throw this on a little bit of hyzer. Turn over. That went really far. Hyzer. Oh, that's good. That's pretty much dead straight. There's a perfect forehand. Okay. I'm gonna rip on this one too. That was nice. That was a really good throw. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave down in the comments what you'd like me to do next. And if you haven't already, pick yourself up a stalker. They fly really good. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.